Hello everyone, in this video we're going to go over some sample questions for Canadian Citizenship Test. We're going to go over each questions together one by one and we're going to answer them together. Feel free to pause this video if you need to do so. Let's begin. First question, which one is not a kind of election in Canada? Federal, local, global, provincial or territorial? The answer is global. Question 2. Which one is not included in the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedom? Employment right, Aboriginal people's right, mobility right, official language rights, and minority language educational rights. The answer is option 1, employment rights. Question 3. Which of the following explains the mobility rights the best? Option 1, Canadian can live and work anywhere they choose in Canada, enter, leave the country freely, and apply for a passport. Option 2, Canadians can leave the country freely and apply for a passport. Option 3, Canadians can enter and leave the country freely and apply for a passport. Option 4, Canadians can live and work anywhere they choose in Canada and enter and leave the country freely. The answer is option 1. Canadians can live and work anywhere they choose in Canada, enter and leave the country freely, and apply for a passport. Question 4. Canadians can live and work anywhere they choose in Canada. Is that true or false? That is true. Serving on a jury is a freedom, a hobby, a responsibility, a right. The answer is option 3, a responsibility. Question 6. Which ones are 3 responsibilities of Canadian citizens? Option 1, being loyal to Canada, recycling all waste, and serving in the Canadian Forces. Option 2, buying Canadian products, owning your own house, and using less water. Option 3, obeying the law, taking responsibility for oneself and one's family, and serving on a jury. Option 4, learning both languages, voting in elections, and belonging to a union. The answer is option 3, obeying the law, taking responsibility for oneself and one's family, and serving on a jury. Question 7. What does habeas corpus refer to? Option 1, the right for choosing your religion. Option 2, the right to challenge unlawful detention by the state. Option 3, the right to live anywhere you want. Option 4, the right to have your own thoughts and beliefs. The answer is the right to challenge unlawful detention by the state. Question 8. What does Magna Carta refer to? Option 1, Civil Code of France in 1215. Option 2, English Common Law. Option 3, the Great Charter of Freedoms. Option 4, Great Britain Common Law. The answer is option 3, the Great Charter of Freedoms. Question 9. Getting a job, taking care of one's family, and working hard is a hobby, a right, a freedom, a responsibility. The answer is a responsibility, option 4. Where was the Magna Carta signed? Ireland, England, France, or Canada? The answer is England. The right to challenge unlawful detention by the state is also known as the Great Charter of Freedom, habeas corpus, Magna Carta, constitutional law. The answer is habeas corpus. Which one is not an example of a crime in Canada? Tax exemption, gender-based violence, honor killing, female genital mutilation. The answer is option 1, tax exemption. The Constitution of Canada was amended in which year to include the Charter of Rights and Freedom? 1805, 1975, 1982, 1895? The answer is 1982. Helping others in the community is an excellent way to gain useful skills and develop friends and contacts. Option 2 is an excellent way to protect Canada's natural and cultural heritage. Option 3 is an excellent way to help justice system work. Option 4 is an excellent way to contribute to personal dignity and self-respect. The answer is option 1 is an excellent way to gain useful skill and develop friends and contacts. Question 15. When was the Great Charter of Freedoms or Magna Carta signed? 1521, 1512, 1215, 1251. The answer is 1215. Individuals and governments are not regulated by laws and by arbitrary actions. Is that true or false? That is false. The rights guaranteed in the Charter will adversely affect any treaty or other rights or freedom of Aboriginal peoples. Is that true or false? That is false. Question 18. What does a jury do? Option 1. Learns both official languages to vote in election. Option 2. Serves in the regular Canadian forces to defend Canada. Option 3. Help the judge to make decisions about whether the person who is on trial is guilty or not. Option 4. Volunteers in their local community to gain useful skills and develop friends and contacts. The answer is option 3. Help the judge to make decisions about whether the person who is in trial is guilty or not. Question 19. When called to do so, serving on a jury is a legal requirement, a favor, an option, a burden. The answer is option A, a legal requirement. Question 20. Besides working in the military, what are some other ways to help Canada? Option 1, by working in the Coast Guard or emergency services, or as a police officer or firefighter. Option 2, by not voting in elections. Option 3, by driving safe. Option 4, by passing the citizenship test. The answer is by working in the Coast Guard or emergency services, or as a police officer or firefighter. Question 21. English and French have equal status in Parliament and throughout the government. Is that true or false? That is true. Question 22. Who can disobey the law? The Parliament, no one, the President, the Queen. The answer is no one. In Canada, men and women are not equal under the law. Is that true or false? That is false. Which one of the following is a responsibility of Canadian citizens? Serving in Canadian forces, obeying the law, buying Canadian products, being loyal to Canada. The answer is option 2, obeying the law. In Canada, forced marriage is illegal, accepted, ignored, lawful. The answer is illegal, option 1. What is the source of habeas corpus? Option 1, English common law. Option 2, Civil Code of France. Option 3, Constitution of Canada. Option 4, the Military Code of France. The answer is English common law. Question 27. Serving in the regular Canadian forces is a noble way to contribute to Canada and an excellent career choice. Is that true or false? That is true. Question 28. Which of the following is not considered a way to help Canada? Working as a police officer or firefighter. Option 2, working in the military. Option 3, working in the Coast Guard or emergency services. Option 4, working as a dog walker. The answer is option 4, working as a dog walker. Question 29. Who declared the amended Constitution of Canada in 1982? the Prime Minister, Queen Elizabeth II, the people of Canada, the Parliament. The answer is Queen Elizabeth II, option 2. Question 30. Military services is compulsory in Canada. Is that true or false? That is false. Question 31. Voting in election is a responsibility, a right. The answer is option 1, a responsibility. Question 32. All of them are included in the Great Charter of Freedom except for freedom of association, freedom of conscience and religion, freedom of peaceful assembly, freedom of tax. The answer is option 4, freedom of tax. Question 33. What makes the justice system work? Protecting the heritage, serving on a jury, helping others in the community, obeying the law. The right answer is option 2, serving on a jury. The two principles upon which Canada is founded are option 1, the supremacy of God and the rule of law. Option 2, the rule of law and mobility right. Option 3, the supremacy of God and mobility right. Option 4, the rule of law and multiculturalism. The answer is option 1, the supremacy of God and the rule of law. Question 35. Canadians work hard to respect pluralism and live in harmony. Is that true or false? That is true. Question 36. The Great Charter of Freedom is also called English Common Law, Magna Carta, Constitution of Canada, Habeas Corpus. The answer is option 2, Magna Carta. What is the importance of serving on a jury? You get paid regularly, you are given some extra rights. It makes the justice system work as it depends on impartial juries made up of citizens. Option number 4, it makes the justice system work by eliminating the need of judges. The answer is option number 3. It makes the justice system work as it depends on impartial juries made up of citizens. Question 38. Which one of the following is not a responsibility of Canadian citizens? Obeying the law, serving in Canadian forces, serving on a jury, protecting the environment. The answer is serving in Canadian forces, option 2. Question 39. Which one of the following is a source of the Canadian law? Option 1, Common Law of Spain. Option 2, the Civil Code of the United States. Option 3, English Common Law. Option 4, the Military Code of England. The answer is option number 3, English Common Law. Which one of the following is a fundamental characteristic of the Canadian heritage and identity? Habeas corpus, Magna Carta, ice hockey, multiculturalism. Multiculturalism. Option number 4 is the answer. Last question. Why can men and women get the same education in Canada? Option 1, because education is free in Canada. Option 2, because people respect multiculturalism in Canada. Option 3, because men and women are equal under the law in Canada. Option 4, because Canada is a free country. The answer is option number 3, because men and women are equal under the law in Canada. These are the summary of the questions that we just did together. Feel free to pause the video and go over whichever that you don't feel comfortable or whichever that you need to repeat again. I hope this video was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe and like.